on by cunts and shit. Fucking great.
We are recording just for your.
Oi, how is everybody?
Yeah, mate, I couldn't get a hold of you all day. You must be up to your eyeballs in shit.
Yeah, human excrement. Fucking all over the world. Jet setting in Sydney tomorrow. Back home Friday. Just, mayhem. Are we live?
Yeah, we are. I think
No.
so.
West Tigers faithful. Here we go, live.
Yeah.
We didn't do a little bit of muck spreading of our link around.
Oh, hold on a minute. It says, I think I've got to change. I thought I changed the title. How did I? Yeah, I thought I did change the title.
Apparently not. Don't worry, change it after the fact.
Yeah, fuck it. Emergency Pisscast can be the case for everything.
We're always emergency piss casting here at West Tigers faithful. It's
Yeah,
West Tigers.
Yeah, there's just too much going on. Well, I'll cue to play the intro because why not? Providing it works. It didn't work like.
Mate, you gotta play the intro. We owe AJ like a lifetime of debt.
I just realised I thought the intro was playing and then I had it on preview. Sorry.
Lucky I was talking.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
West Tigers faithful. I think I had this marked as episode 51, but with all the emergency podcasts, it's really hard to keep track. We last saw you on Monday, the previous Monday. It's fair to say that there has been a lot that has transpired. You all know what's happened. We are here to vent with you. Please, any thoughts or theories, anything you may have, please drop it into the comments. We are so happy to see you all in this time of absolute fucking crisis. Joe Macadoodle McCord is next to me virtually. He's next to me spiritually. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm very lucky to be in his company today. And you all are too. How are you, mate?
Magpies and Balmain are the heart of the game and the name of our team, West Tigers.
Well, you know what I was going to do? Because Sean Millercamp sounds like John Mellencamp. I was going to sing this. Oh, yeah, the license goes on long after the thrill of supporting has gone.
Yes. Oh, my God. What?
I had the title amended as "What a Shit Show" language warning. So if you got the kids about, put them to bed, send them to their bedrooms, put earmuffs on them, or
Get them a Fins membership.
Or let them hear a few swears. Because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, block their ears. I'm not fucking happy. I'm not fucking happy.
Really annoyed.
Yeah, look, West Tigers has half a board. It doesn't have a CEO. It doesn't have a director of football, technically, if the interim CEO is who he is. And we have potentially the worst shortlist for chair people I have ever seen in my entire life. And to top it all off today, the game's most inexperienced coach, love him or loathe him, is apparently in talks to extend his contract until 2029. What a shit show, I think, doesn't even begin to do it justice. But, Mac, I don't even want you to try and rationalise any of this. I just want you to tell me how you're feeling. How are you?
Me, personally, I'm pretty good.
How are you feeling about all this?
Oh, man, I'm feeling like it's just... thank you for asking me such a nice question. Okay, how am I feeling? I'm feeling incredulous. I'm feeling like this is just ridiculous. I'm feeling like when does it stop? Does it ever stop? I don't know if it ever stops. I'm feeling like I'm living in some sort of simulation where just the most predictable outcomes always seem to happen. Do you want to see something cool?
Please.
I finally got a reply from Richo.
Hear me. Let's hear it.
I said, sorry to see you go, Shane. Thanks for giving us some optimism for a couple of years. And he said, loved the fans.
My guy.
My God.
I messaged him the other day and said, "Don't give in." But I think at that point he was trying to work out his severance package.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said to him, for a free and independent West Tigers. He left me on red. Look, we're going to talk about the March very soon. We are going to make sure that everybody, first of all, we're going to clip it because I'm going to lose my mind. But
Are we
we,
actually live? I can't see the chat.
yeah, we're here.
Where's the chat?
Well,
Oh, there
Charlie
it is.
Richards asked, it said good notification to get lads. Been a shit week with you there, Charlie, my friend. And Steve Cook asked you, Matt, what are your thoughts on Zoe Marshall extending her contract to 2029? We can start.
Mate. Oh, look, I think in regards to Zoe Marshall extending her contract to 2029, I'm just hopeful that it comes with at least 2 cuck chairs, so both Benji Marshall and Reedy can sit in it.
You know what? Benji Marshall will be coaching a fucking pile of ashes the way this is going. And if the mooted appointment of Ben Elias as chairman goes on, it will be a cashless pile of rubble. A cashless pile of rubble, ladies
Ben
and
Elias is chairman.
gentlemen.
Ben Elias is chairman. Fucking Tony Mestrov as CEO. Mate, next thing you know, we'll have Spanian as the fucking head recruiter. Oh my God, what is going on around this place, man? Like to kind of our good friend Joel Helms from West Tigers podcast, he asked me, "What is this? What did he say?" He said, "No, let me find it." It was essentially the idea is that are they actually intentionally tanking this thing? Like this is what NFL teams do when they're tanking for draft picks, bro. Like this is just nuts. Like everything they're doing is exactly the opposite of what they should be doing. It's madness. Help me understand. Like I'll phrase the same thing to you. That's the phrase is managed decline. What do you think of the phrase managed decline, Jared?
Well, Mac, managed decline implies a plan. The word managed speaks to the fact that there is a clear plan in place to get it to rock bottom. I'm not going to give these cunts credit.
Oh, easy bomb from Brady.
They don't know how to manage a sausage sizzle at Bunnings.
Yeah, but you know,
Burgess looks like he would burn the onion.
I don't know how much Dennis Burgess has got to do with this, Jared. He seems like he's getting the friggin' bullet himself.
I think that's window dressing, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, but part of the managed decline. The question is, who's managing the decline? Let's go full conspiracy on this, motherfucker. Who's managing the decline? You know, let's just go into fantasy land for a minute. I wish I had a little bit of like, you know, some ethereal woo soundscapes and shit. What if the NRL decided, you know what? We need to open up another franchise. Sydney's overcrowded. What would they do? What would the NRL do if they really had to get rid of a club in Sydney? I mean, let's face it, we'd be the club.
Would we?
I think so. Like, why? Like, I mean, 3 straight wooden spoons. Like, sure, we had a little bit of bounce back, incoherent borders. Like, it's. I mean, if I was picking a club, it'd be the West Tigers. What if that was the situation? How would you play that card? Like, let's say we've gotten past the point where we've made the decision that it is the West Tigers that is the club that gets into the crosshairs, and Jared, you're the strategist. I, Peter Volandis, have tasked you with the job of strategically finding a way to get the West Tigers to a point where if we fold the club, it's going to come across like we're doing everybody a favor.
Well, I'd do everything that they've done this past week. Put it that way.
Oh.
I was going to go. I'm gonna highlight that one, Riser.
Hey. I'm just saying it, and I'm not the only one that's saying it now. I saw the playing in simple guys saying it. Yeah. They are not worse run than us, Hawko. That is not true. They are not worse. They are like not great. Cronulla's run fine. They've made the top 8 the last like million years in a row. St. George are being run pretty poorly on the field at the moment, but their ownership group make the HBG look like freaking. I don't know. I disagree. That's a silly statement. Pull your head in.
Yeah, love your Hawks, but I tend to agree. I don't think any sporting organisation, like the Knicks through the years where they were diabolical, the New York Jets currently, I don't think any of them hold a candle to us right now. It is pure self-sabotage at the sake of pure self-interest. You have strong leaders that met a skills matrix. You had people that were very, very good at their jobs. There was clear strides being made on and off the field. Revenues up, crowds up, membership up.
Fins up.
Yeah, get a membership. If you've had a gutful league, head over there. I sit here, and if you had told me a fortnight ago that this would have happened, I would have asked you to have checked into a psych ward. It is phenomenal what we have seen take place, and to be honest with you, it's so hard to keep track. I think the biggest thing that we have seen, from my perspective, is looking at the Volandis quotes. So put your conspiracy theories aside. On Sunday night, he was quoted by Andrew Webster saying, "We are looking at all our options, including appointing an administrator." And then you hear that last night he met with the 4 SAC directors, including one Barry O'Farrell. We're going to have to, the fans are going to have to try and take action, and they're going to on Saturday. And again, we're going to talk about it because we are all for it and we need it. And I've got a lot to say.
Yeah, we're part of the Balmain faction that's currently trying to prize the club out of the beautiful Holman Barnes Group's hands. The Holman Barnes Group that is so innocent and so beautiful. Wouldn't hurt a fly. These Balmain Tigers, they're trying to steal our club. The Balmain Tigers. Well, now that Benny Elias is going to be chairman. Ooh, jeez, we've won. We got him. Fucking Benny. We got him.
Chaos. I'm trying to find. I think it was it Darren Kane? Yeah, Darren.
We got him. We got him, Reedy. You were never a Magpies fan. You were a double agent the whole time, mate.
Yes. I was a sleeper cell. I've been awoken by Leo Epiphania.
You should see one of the. I've got to find some of these comments on some of like our social, man. Like,
oh, bro, I had to block that Gaz. My God.
Oh, you run the Twitter account, like, mate. You should see the dribble on Facebook. Like, the Facebook, like, Facebook's like the. I didn't realize it, but apparently everyone on Facebook is an old West Tigers Magpies fan. Like, it's madness. Like,
it's chaos, isn't it? Listen, I want to bring up something that's really important.
No, stop. I got it. I made this post. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I made this post yesterday. I was walking to the bus stop. It was basically like the gist of it was the Magpies suck, Balmain suck. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Stop talking about Magpies and Balmain. What about the kids that have been worshipping the Tigers and have never even heard about them? Can you old geriatric fucks pull your fucking head in? That was the post, right? Ray Gavin. Shout outs to you, Ray. This is the lie they keep telling. It's not West versus Balmain. It's not about jersey colours. It's not whether HBG are doing the right thing. They have legal responsibilities. This is about a small group of podcasters and their supporters trying to steal our club from us, West Tigers members. They continue to call us names, accuse us of being West Magpies, dinosaurs, etc., and try to bully us into silence.
Oh, put that fossil in the ground.
There was a reply. It was just like WTF. Like somebody was like, "What the fuck, bro?" And I said, "The podcasters are trying to steal the club from the debenture holders. honestly true. I mean, I am. I am. I'm trying to get the club out of the hands of the Holman Barnes Group, right? As a representative of West Tigers Unite, which is essentially a bunch of podcasters, we are in fact trying to steal the club from the Holman Barnes Group. That is correct. Not from the West Tigers members, but I am guilty. I am trying to get the club off of the debenture holders. That is true. Thank you, Ray. You've called my bluff.
There you have it, Gabbo. I hope you're listening. Really quickly, Hazard, mate, I can't do football at the moment. I can't. I want to. I can't.
I'll say yes. Of course he will. It's Marcy. He's freaking god. Now,
Well, he's talking about Ethan Roberts.
Oh, I thought he was talking about... No, he said Marcassini will win a starting spot. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Oh, mate, I can't talk about footy at the moment. There's just too much going on. I want to, but all I'll tell you is this. Benji Marshall has told the shareholders that it is affecting the playing group. That ultimately what they have done is now a distraction on field. So everybody saw the photos pre Richo falling on his sword. All that good work. If these blokes are 1% off, they'll finish 5 spots lower than what they might have. It is as simple as that. The margins are that fine in the NRL. These stupid, archaic fossils have torpedoed our season before it even starts. As far as I'm concerned, they have fucking really, really hurt us. Mate, I hope that in a few weeks we sit here and we celebrate NRL intervention. And we're going to talk about it in a moment. But right now, mate, as much as I love you and it's good to see you, I can't do it at the moment. I can't talk footy. There's too much going on. Now, what I was going to talk about, Darren Kane, in the article where he said who would want to be an independent board member of West Tigers, right? He actually goes diving into the West Tigers Constitution. So I want to bring something to attention, which is Clause 4.11G, number 2. Within that clause of the shareholder agreement governing the relationship between the West Tigers shareholders, a shareholder who appointed a non-independent director to remove that director, if they plan to remove them, it requires notice from both the shareholders and the National Rugby League to remove an independent director. The NRL were blindsided by this. They had no idea what happened, and V'landys is quoted saying as such. As per that clause, that is a constitutional breach made by the Holman Barnes Group. There is grounds for the NRL to intervene as a result. There is a constitutional breach. It allows them to go and look under the hood and work out what has happened. Now, obviously, you are seeing the paper trail in the papers. PVL quoted on Sunday night. PVL reported yesterday to have met with the SAC directors. Look, I've seen Michael Chammas on the buy round, and yes, he said he doesn't think the NRL will be able to intervene. Michael Carianis has said something similar. I'll tell you this. Peter V'landys doesn't lose. Peter V'landys doesn't lose. You think that he's worried about these outdated debenture holders that fucking turn up to Ashfield once a month? He took on John Howard when he was the Prime Minister of Australia, took him to the High Court and won hundreds of millions of dollars after an equine influenza case. If you think that Peter V'landys isn't going to come, if he believes that it's worth picking a fight, if he believes it's worth fighting for, which I think he does, he will see this through to the bitter end. Am I right in thinking that? Do you think the NRL will intervene, Mac?
Oh, I do. I think the NRL are going to intervene, all right.
Beyond relocating the club?
I didn't say they're going to relocate the club. Look, I mean, I don't know if relocation is the agenda, but like, I mean, reform is the agenda. Like, I do think that Joel's point about managed decline. He's probably not accurate. Like it's probably just the HBG being completely incompetent. Like it probably is. Like the Occam's razor here, but it's getting close. Like the pendulum swing back towards conspiratorial thinking is there. Let's live in the world in which HBG are being, incompetent and, doing all of this stuff, and it's all what it seems, and there's no conspiracy at play. Yeah, he has no choice, mate. Like, Peter Volandi's, like, here's the thing. Like I mentioned before, like I went on that rant about the kids, right? And when Peter Volandis talks about duty of care for the fans, he really means the kids, I think. Like, that's what I think he means, the kids, right? Because, like, there's going to be an exodus. Like, if the West Tigers go down this path, and maybe it already is an exodus of fans. Like, there's going to be fans that are going to they've had the dick. And if the West Tigers actually leave, how many North Sydney Bears fans do you know?
Not many. Shout out Watt. I know he's a closet Bears fan.
I know quite a few who, when they were kids, were Bears fans, and when the Bears left, they stopped being supporters of the whole sport. Like, that is a thing. Like, Wok is, I'm not saying it's 100%. Like, a lot of their fans went on to new clubs and stuff like that. But, like, you get to talking to people like Wok, and out comes the North Sydney Bears are his, like, main love, right? Like, if the North Sydney Bears were here again tomorrow, like, it'd be a 50-50. Like, he'd be a fan of two clubs. But there's a lot of people out there who are North Sydney Bears fans that just stop supporting. And it's not adults. I think adults tend to, because, at that point, your fandom's more based on rationality. You like the sport, the players, and stuff like that. So you can make a conscious choice. Like, if the Tigers fold, I'll go support the Dolphins. I'm not joking about fins up. Like, I like the Dolphins. Like, I actually, enjoy going to Dolphins games and stuff. So I'll be fine. But the West Tigers kids will be like, I got no bond, with any other club. I got no bond here. Like, that's the only thing that I care about. I don't care. Like, I don't understand the intricacies of the game. I don't have love of the sport. I don't like the collisions. I like the colors. I like the mascot. I like the fact that they're from my town. Like, that's the affinity kids have. You lose a lot of them if the West Tigers go south. So, yeah, from that perspective, Peter Volandis has, he's looking at the future financial. You can make revenue and loss figures out of the potential dissolution of the West Tigers, like, in terms of fans that will go to the other sports, that will become GWS Giants fans, that will become, like, Wanderers fans. They will leave to other sports, and we will not have them. And not only, like, fans, but probably young junior players too, right? Like, because, like, what drives young kids to go play footy? Their fandom, right? So there is loss to be had if the West Tigers go south. There is loss that is occurring already as we speak because of how embarrassing it is to be a West Tigers fan. The West Tigers bringing the game into disrepute as we speak. And when I say West Tigers, I mean the Holman Barnes group. The Holman Barnes group. And you remember, you listened back to the earlier, like, when I told you to listen back to the Pit of Despair episode 2 about, like, how I've been banging on about it all year. Like, you can keep trying to find evidence that it's a player or it's a coach or it's a CEO or it's this or it's that or it's the media unstabilizing us all the time or it's, like, external factors or it's the fans that are, like, death riding the players, the podcasters. No, eventually you have to look in the mirror and take ownership and accountability. It's been clear to me for a very long time. It's never stopped being clear to me that the Holman Barnes group cannot run a fucking picnic in a brothel, much less a footy team. Get them out. Get there on Saturday. Support your club. Tell all your friends. Bring down a Weber. Sizzle up some sausages. Mung them out. Get them out. Get this club out of their hands, people.
Yep. Two things I want to call out that you said. You're absolutely right. They are bringing the National Rugby League into disrepute. If you have a look at what the NRL wants to be and what it aspires to be, it wants to be on the same, field as the NFLs and the EPLs of the world. They regard themselves as that in Australia. They that speaks to Vegas, moving Origin about the place. Taking, these global round ambitions. They really want to take rugby league to the world. Meanwhile, we have these outdated debenture holders that are weighing down a single club where there isn't the ability to have actual democratic elections where you can vote for somebody who you want on the board of your club. That's how bad it is. That within 9 or 10 days, we have seen a club completely turned on its axis. One of, if not the best administrator in rugby league of the last 30 years has left. Like, it defies belief what is going on. A former premier sacked by a booking agent. It defies belief. But Kelly said it, and I will get to why you're laughing in a moment.
You might want to not.
What I said about Shane Richardson.
Oh no, the comment that CB made in the chat.
Oh, I'll pull it up in a second. Everybody knows that this isn't for the kids. It is solely Holman Barnes Group. It is not West Tigers, but as a result, West Tigers are going to be tarnished with the same brush because of these shareholders. Until we get a clean break from these people, it's just not going to happen.
He's broken.
Yeah. Well, actually, this gives me an opportunity to go on this tangent. All of this stuff.
Yeah, put it up.
I'm gonna
get fired.
all of this stuff about Dennis being ousted, a Balmain, Balmain's favourite son being named chairman, even Benji being extended.
Oh man.
It's because they are trying to appease the fans because they know how badly they have messed up. They do not want us to march on Saturday. They don't want us to. But you're going to. Everybody is going to turn up. You know why? Because the future of our club is at stake.
It is.
If you live in Greater Sydney or New South Wales and you are able-bodied and you are willing and you support West Tigers, you have to turn up. You have to. There is no other option. We have to go. We have to stand there in numbers, in our thousands, not our hundreds. Gaz Watson has said it multiple times. We have to stand there in our thousands and do this together in order to see this through. If you want to see West Tigers for the long term to be successful and competitive, you have to march on Saturday. If you want better West Tigers for your kids and grandkids, you have to march on Saturday. If you want to see the end of peroxide fucking Burgess, you have to march on Saturday. It is the only way. If you want to compel the NRL to do something by Christmas, you have to stand up and walk from Pratton Park all the way to West Ashfield, stand out the front with the rest of us, and demand that they fall on their swords and that they change this outdated debenture system. It has to stop.
Nah, bro. Sorry. I draw the line at you laying shit on backdoor Benny, mate. You must not have been around in 1992, State of Origin, 1989, bro. Like, Benny Elias, mate. Like, legend of the game. Don't be talking smack about backdoor Benny Elias. He's legend of the game.
Why don't you ask Benny why there's a contract clause at Fox Sports that they're never allowed to bring up what happened at Balmain Leagues?
Mate, you're trying to steal the club, you podcast and fuckwit. Look, here's my take on this whole rally thing, right? It's fucking awesome. Bottom line, it's great. Two, like, I mean, this is beautiful. Like, as soon as this whole thing went down where they like sacked the independent directors, I think you and I were on Pisscast 10 minutes later, and like instantly we were just like, like, and the whole West Tigers community has been like, yeah, nah, fuck it, fuck it. Like, what are we doing here? Like I've been saying all year, like, this is West Tigers faithful. It should be West Tigers therapy sessions, West Tigers psychologists, West Tigers copium. Like, that's what we've been doing all year. And it's like, you know what? Like, you gotta put this whole thing into perspective, right? Like, what's life about, really? Like, if you could literally just click your fingers and make your dream life come true, what sort of stuff are you doing?
What am I doing with my dream life?
Yeah, like you click your fingers and you're in your dream life. What sort of stuff are you doing?
I think I'm working part-time, back playing music again, and giving it the time and effort that it needs.
You're having fun, right?
I'm having a lot of fun.
You're having a lot of fun, right?
And I'm going to support my team that is going to win more often than it loses.
I'll tell you what you're having. You're having fun, right? So, in anybody's dream life, people talk about the pursuit of happiness and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, great. No, we just want to have fun. We just want to have fun. That's it, fun. I'm obsessed with this. I'm literally making the entirety of Pinch Payments' business strategy for 2026. Let's have fun. It's all about fun. When we see one last dagger to the heart from a bunch of clowns that are we're here to make your life not fun, it now becomes fun to fuck with them. That's right. It does become fun to fuck with them. I love what's happening right now. I love Kelly Hollis in the chat, organizing West Tigers Unite and putting the sword to these clowns. Because let's face it, you guys have been trying to make our lives miserable for quite some time. Every West Tigers fan, you've been making our life miserable for a very long time. And you know what? It's time your life gets made miserable, Dennis Burgess. Maybe you shouldn't be following young girls on Instagram, you fucking pest. Cop it. There's been endless amounts of patience and fandom and money, hard-earned dollars that people have put into the pockets of the Holman Barnes Group in the name of the West Tigers, and give back nothing. Not even properly funding the club, as we made a point of multiple times this year. It is the least funded club in the NRL from its ownership group, okay? And Richo made a point on his exit. He said, finished last and 13th, still, one of the most attended clubs, and membership went up 45%, all this crap. This fan base is the West Tigers faithful. That is what we are. And we're sick of it. And we're over it. This is our club. The West Tigers is our club. The West Magpies was your club. And you blew it in 1999. You lost the club. Okay? Fucking get the fuck over the West Magpies. This is not your club. This is our club.
And to the faceless people that work in the background, that sit on that board at West Hashfield, forget calling them HBG, you're right. It's been 25 years. It's time to move on. And it's
time to move on 25 years ago, Jared.
You're not wrong, mate. Look, to any of you who've stumbled across this, if this gets clipped up on Instagram, you are exactly where you need to be. And exactly where you need to be on Saturday is at 10:30. You will be at Pratton Park, and you will be there with other like-minded West Tigers fans, and we will march together. Because as a fan, it is the only way that you can invoke change. And if you can't get there, licensing at nrl.com.au, flood that email inbox and tell them how fed up you are with the corporate governance of West's Tigers, and that you want to see change and that you demand the NRL's intervention.
On a lighter topic, head over to the NRL Fanatics Instagram. He put a post up a couple of days ago. We're giving away a fully signed 2025 West Tigers jersey. All the players. Benji Marshall donated it to AJ, the guy who does our songs, School Fate. And I bought it for $250, my own money, and I'm putting it up in a comp on the Instagram account of NRL Fanatic. All you got to do to enter it and get a chance to win is go over there, like a few pages, tag a few mates on his post. It's all about driving traffic to the rally. It's all about getting this word out about the rally. And also, please, for the love of God, if you see, whether it's West Magpies or Balmain Tigers fans trying to make this about Balmain Tigers or the Wests Magpies on social media, I don't want you guys to just cut them down. I want you to make them feel stupid and small. I want you to embarrass them and run circles around them, because this is not about Wests Magpies versus Balmain Tigers anymore. It's now about Wests Magpies versus Balmain Tigers versus Wests MacArthur versus Wests Tigers. Like, I'm seeing shit about like West MacArthur are now starting to fucking agitate to try to get their nose back in here. Like, have you seen this crap? Like, there's actually people from the West MacArthur board that are starting to agitate. Like, they're like, oh, we could totally run a club ourselves. Like, mate, you backed out of the fuck off. Like, this is ridiculous. There's a club we have right now, West Tigers. It turned a corner and it's got a strong roster. It has a good talent pool. It's got some good juniors. It's the strongest the roster's been in a very long time. Like, the West Tigers exist. It has a fan base. It has a heartbeat. It has a pulse. It does have an identity. As long as West Magpies and Balmain Tigers and West MacArthur, for fuck's sake, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. Just fuck off and toddle off into the goddamn distance, for Christ's sake. Like, why can't, like, if the NRL, here's an idea. If the NRL really want to fucking, play ball, how long did the NRL themselves have, like, actual controlling interest in and support the Melbourne Storm and the Brisbane Broncos? And look at the state of those two goddamn clubs. How about the NRL just goes, piss off West Ashfield, we'll run the club, right? And we'll fucking literally, we'll build a leagues club, one in fucking Leichhardt, one in Campbelltown, and we'll just make sense of this whole goddamn mess, and we'll make the club something that the fucking fans of the club can be proud of, and we'll build it up for about 5 years. We'll put some startup capital into it. We'll get the fucking Blue Wiggle to write a song, and then we'll fucking put it up for sale, and the fucking Saudis can come buy it or some shit. I don't know. How's that for an idea? Does that sound like a logical thing? Like, that sounds like it fucking, when you're the NRL and you could literally just tap whoever the fuck, just ask the government for some goddamn handouts, because God knows that's like their favorite game to play. Just go ask the fucking government for some handouts, build a couple of fucking clubs, put some pokies in there, ruin some communities with some pokies, whatever the fuck, whatever, and then just give us a fucking stable club and send Dennis Burgess and his mates to the fucking glue factory where they goddamn belong, so that they can, the bingo hall, fucking singing karaoke, old-timey bullshit at the fucking, like, covery. Fuck off. Like, oh my God. This is Delulu. This is bananas. What is going on? Like, oh, fuck. Sorry.
That was great. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. You have every right to feel the way that you do, and to every single one of you guys in the comments, it's the same thing.
Come on, what? Fucking, this is just, like, it can't be this difficult. Like, it can't be this difficult. Like, the Holman Barnes Group can't run a club. They're, like, actively acting against the interests of their key stakeholders. We're their key stakeholders. We don't want them to have the club anymore. Bye-bye, Peter V'landys. Just tomorrow morning when you roll out of bed, fucking pull your socks up, give yourself a wedgie, slap yourself in the face, fucking put some breath freshener in your mouth, walk up to the microphone and say, we're taking control of the club right now. Restore fucking Shane Richardson as an administrator, because Lord knows he wants to be. It's very freaking obvious. And, like, put Barry O'Farrell back in as the chair of a new West Tigers. Run him as a fucking charity case for a couple of years. It's not, like, what's the difference between doing that and the fucking government giving a corporate a bailout? There's not really any difference. It's fundamentally the same philosophical concept. Just do that.
3 options for the NRL. 3. 1, they appoint an administrator simply as you said. They run the club for a couple of years, and then in the meantime, HPG sorts their shit out in terms of confusion, which won't happen. It won't happen. But these are the options in front of the NRL. Number 2, they alter the terms of the licensing agreement, forcing HPG to immediately enact change in regards to their constitution. Number 3, they revoke the license.
Man, like, this is the problem, is like people, if they do what I suggest, or if they even start pondering it, like if they start strategically going, we do have to do this, the immediate next thought they have is, But if we do this, why would we just keep them the West Tigers? That's the problem, right? I think that's honestly why the NRL are a little bit paralyzed about this, because like otherwise it would be obvious. Like if this was happening to the Broncos or the Storm or the Cowboys or the Warriors, like regional powerhouses that like, whose like place in the game cannot be questioned, it'd be like done by now. It'd be like done by now. Like there'd be no question. But the West Tigers are a club that's like, yeah, do we want to save them? Like that's what I think. And I think if it really comes down to it, like, and he does walk up to that microphone, man, I'm gonna be sweating, because like I'm gonna be sweating because I think that there's a genuine chance that he goes like, we are going to put this license up for grabs. Like I think there's a genuine, like you say, like they pull the license. I think that's a genuine. I feel like that it's more likely that Peter V'landys is currently like weighing up whether to do bailout and administration or yoink the license completely.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have to assess their options, and there will be pages upon pages of licensing agreements. I'll leave that up to Peter, but I am almost certain, providing that everybody does their job and marches on Saturday, that the NRL will be compelled to act. If it wasn't enough already for them to look like a country rugby league outfit, then the fans taking to the streets, you'd think would do that.
There is one name, ex-player name, that keeps getting thrown up that like apparently like people keep going into bat and saying, mate, operator, like good operator, Ben Galea, like the.
I keep hearing that.
Yeah, Ben Galea. And like I don't know why they're throwing out names like Mestrov and stuff like that. Like, I mean, if they just literally put a job out on Seek, they'd get somebody more qualified than Tony fucking Mestrov. Like what if I can't trust any appointment the Holman Barnes Group make for anything. Like they're not like if they're hiring their mates, their network's cooked. Their network's just a bunch of fucking like morons. Like, let's be real. Like all it takes is like to go on the Silvertails fucking forum and like Control F Tony Mestrov to know that guy's not the right fit for the job. And I hear that now we're going with Mielenkamp, and I've heard really good things. You and I both have from like a person who like talks to us about him very specifically. His time, I think it was with the Mariners or whatever, and like apparently he literally was putting in his own money and stuff. Like he's a bloke who takes his job really seriously. He's a bloke that has accountability and commitment once he has a position. So maybe that's okay. But guess who hired Mielenkamp? It wasn't the fucking Holman Barnes Group. It was Shane Richardson.
Mr. Richardson.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe Shane Richardson literally only left knowing that Mielenkamp is good or something. There is there is the fact that it does seem contractually like the Holman Barnes Group gave Richo essentially like a severance package of several $1 million just to not do anything. Maybe the old fella's sitting there and just going, could fight, want to fight, but there's a lot of money for doing nothing. The Holman Barnes Group sure love to give people money for nothing. How long were they paying Tim Sheens for fucking God's sake?
So many years, and they couldn't afford to pay him out in one hit.
Yeah, and then
be mindful before they extend Benji to 2029 because they'll probably change their mind in 2 years.
Benji Marshall's got all the ammunition to be able to turn around and be like, yeah, fine, but if you fire me, severance package, double it, by the way, and also if you do something stupid and I decide to quit, then I get paid out. Yep, all right, sign here, Benji.
He would have done that, and the reason why he did that is because the Barnes Group are shitting themselves. They don't want you to march on Saturday, which is exactly why you should, and we will. And I will see all of you there at Pratton Park. We're going to get this done.
Yeah, and like you said, I thought you were going to say Holman Barnes Group is shit.
Well, the Holman Barnes Group are shit.
Let's actually talk about it. We won't prattle on for much more. I gotta go home. It's 20/7. But I'm in Queensland. Jerome Luai's clause is, you know, during Buller's protracted, you know, contract talks, Lachlan Galvin leaving the club, Talon De Silva leaving the club, James Tedesco leaving the club, Aaron Woods leaving the club, Mitchell Moses leaving the club, like all of this like difficulty that we face when it comes to retention, signing, having normal fucking operations, like just literally being like any other club where if you sign a player, it's 3 years, mutual option, happy days. Like everything about the Tigers is hard. They're an NRL club that operates on hard mode, and it's because of the Holman Barnes group. Like this is the thing. God, I'm sick of saying the word Holman Barnes group.
It's
Like it's actually disrespectful to name yourself after Keith Barnes and Keith Holman and act this way. Because now every time somebody says the Holman Barnes group suck, you're essentially pissing on the legacy of two of the like greatest players in the history of the sport. Like, what a freaking joke. Have some respect and like for the names of the people you've named yourselves after, you like chuckle fucks. But I digress. I'll go back to my original point. My original point is like the only reason that the Tigers are even like struggling, like you draw a straight line to the Holman Barnes group in every respect. Like I wouldn't sign for the West Tigers. Like, did you see the fucking Mark Nawangani-Dawase thing?
Yep, says it all.
For those who don't know, like Mark Nawangani-Dawase was on Mansour's podcast, the Let's Drop podcast, right? That was where he was. And like he's like, I love the club. I played for the club. Tigers fan growing up. Mansour point blank. Would you play for him? Nope.
Says it all.
Man, like, just that does, doesn't it? Like, Mark Nawangani-Dawase he's a Balmain Tigers supporter. Played for the club, loves the club, wouldn't sign for the West Tigers in a million years. How many other bloody, like, you look at like players that have come and gone in the market that we actually entered negotiations with, right? And like, even during the Pascoe and Hadji Pantelis era, like we were when Sheens was here for a bit, we were in talks with some seriously good players, and you could tell. You can't tell me. I know for a fact Cameron Munster heavily considered signing for the West Tigers. He was really close. Super close. Cameron Munster. If we were a normal club with, even if like just a, bloody operating at the standard of, say, the Sharks or like, just a normal fucking club, we would have Cameron Munster at the club right now, in my opinion. Because I believe he was that close to signing. Why didn't he sign? Oh, you ask him point blank, he won't say, that it was because of the Holman Barnes group, but he will say, at the end of the day, it felt more stable at the Storm, blah, da, 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 da. Because it's really hard to weave a narrative of like, come play for us. Because at the end of the day, there's just this nagging thing. It's the West Tigers, man. They don't stay out of the media. I don't have to like front the media and answer stupid questions about some kid who's only played 20 games.
Yeah.
And and it all comes back to just fundamental mismanagement of everything all the fucking time. Mismanagement, everything all the time. And like, if the Tigers were a business and not a sports team, they would have gone out of business ages ago, Like, we've been running in the red for a very, very long time. And, okay. Yep, the Holman Barnes group are using their leagues club money and stuff like that to, like, prop us up in those years. Newsflash, the only reason we were running in the red was because of them in the fucking first place. I've, like, pointed out, like, $30 million a year in revenue Holman Barnes group makes with all of their clubs in the West Tigers, mate. You give me the West Tigers. I kid you not. You know this is true. I know you do. If you gave me the West Tigers and you said, can you make money with this club? Mate. Are you kidding me? Like, hard. Like, you put me in charge of the West Tigers, you say, make this club make lots of money. I'd be like, yeah, alrighty-o. All right, players, you're on fucking social media duty, cameos, fucking, sponsoring content, fucking, you know, we'll make a video game like where like, the like fans every time we lose, the fans can like, throw tomatoes at you or something. Like just go over. It's a media entity. It's a topic. Have you ever heard of the concept of reality transurfing?
No, but
Google that shit. In the concept of reality transurfing, there's this like concept called pendulums. Pendulums are essentially like another way of describing memes, but like in this concept, it's like pendulums are basically gigantic constructs that exist that people have irrational attachment to. It's actually mostly definable in the context of a sports club.
right.
Like we're a giant pendulum. That means that we're just a giant bunch of energy. You can do whatever the hell you want with. Like the West Tigers are they're just a concept. Like if you think back to an earlier episode, I was like, what do we support? We support an idea. We support promise. We support like the idea that the team might come good. We support the past, the times when they made us feel good. Like what are we actually supporting? It's all construct. It's all abstract and abstraction and thoughts and things like that. Therefore you can do whatever the hell you want with it. And the Tigers actually did that this year. That's the best thing the Tigers did this year. You know what the most competent department of the West Tigers in 2025 was?
Corporate.
You know what I'm going to say?
Hit me.
The social media team. How good was the West Tigers social media this year? I am so gutted that like the West Tigers are now back in the hands of these dinosaurs because they were like leading. Honest to God, if you took like a proper like guru brand marketing person and you got them to assess the social media quality and output of all of the NRL clubs in 2025, I guarantee you the West Tigers would have won by any measure. Quality of content, like uniqueness, innovation, activations, like brand ambassadorship, all of it. They hit it all out of the ballpark, and they got in 1 year of it. It takes time for that stuff to build momentum.
Yeah.
1 year. What are we going to be doing next year? We're going to rehire Ray Warren's idiot son and have him fucking doing shitty podcasts with players again?
Well, this is a good way to wrap it up. If you want things like that to continue, if you want dinosaurs to continue to run your club and have say in the day-to-day operations, don't turn up on Saturday. If you want to see this club be the best it can be and realise its vastly untapped potential, you need to march on Saturday. You have to be there. There is no excuse. I just bought a house. I'm moving this weekend. I'm making time to get there. Why? Because I know how important this is. It is imperative. It is imperative that we all stand there and we march together because we have to invoke change. And as fans, this is all we can do. Again, if you live out of town, if you're not a able body, licensing at nrl.com.au. Flood the inbox. But we have to force the NRL to intervene. It is the only way out of this. It is very dark at the moment. It is very bleak. The only way that we get any light in this tunnel is if we march.
Jurassic Tigers, eh? I agree, Reedy. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to not attend, but that's because I have prior obligations and I live in Brisbane, and I've promised to go to the graduation of a very close friend, and also then go celebrate a birthday with my best friend on a boat. So I can't.
That is completely understandable, but I know you are doing your best.
Normal, yeah, I'm contributing in my own way, right? But any normal weekend, I would have flown down there. No fucking two ways about it would I have. I would have flown down there for sure. Like this is that important. It is honestly that important. And yeah, shout out to the fans of other clubs because it's like I have not seen, honest to God, I haven't seen a single fan of another NRL franchise say one negative word about the West Tigers this week, aside from directly about the Homer Barnes group. I haven't even really seen any fans talk like saying, West Tigers in disarray. Like dumb fucks like the Tudor Advocate and stuff laid their boot in, but like, you know, like the people aren't even commenting on their content, like like laughing at it. It's all aimed at exactly the correct place from everyone, and to that I applaud all of the fans, with the sole exception of the fucking Magpies and Balmain Tigers fans. Like it's like the Dogs fans, the fucking Penrith fans, the Manly fans, the Roosters fans. They all see it. They all see it clearly. And the Magpies and the Balmain Tigers fucking idiots can't see it. What the fuck? Wake up! Wake up to yourselves! It's fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, like the amount of energy that like Kelly and Gary and fucking Steve and Fanatic Caleb, Jared, myself, Tiger Town boys, Ryan, fucking Depressed Tigers, all these people. Sorry if I didn't give you a shout out. The amount of energy. Like, we don't get paid shit. You know this? The amount of energy that we've consumed, that they've consumed especially, because they've been doing this for, like, dating back, like, the first petition and all this. The amount of, like, effort that they've put in. For what? What do you think? When I see people, like, accusing these people of, like, actually, like, fucking nefarious activities, like being representative of the Balmain Tigers trying to get back in the fucking... Are you fucking kidding me? Do you actually genuinely think that is the fucking reason, or are you just grinding an axe to try to, like, win a fucking mimetic debate online? Because newsflash, you've lost it already. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Okay? So shut the fuck up. Stop making the content. You look like an idiot. It's fucking ridiculous. Rob Bashara, yeah, shout out West Tigers Life, West Life. Shout out all of them. Claws out all of you. Like, this is unprecedented in the NRL. This is like South Sydney, they got kicked out of the comp and they like unified as fan bases, but that was in the fucking pre-content creator era. This is new. This is uncharted shit. Yeah. If you see people like that fuckwit, what's his name? The bloke who started like using the West Unite content and talking about Balmain Tigers, rally to save Balmain, mate. Pull your fucking head in. Like you, like absolute buffoon, feeding ammunition to the West Magpies fans to feed ammunition back. What a fucking idiot Mole is. Did you see that shit? Yeah. Mole reshares the Balmain Tigers fucking hack idiot version of the West Unite shit. You are a fucking moron. Well, what's his name here? Tony?
I don't know, mate.
Is it Tony Adams?
Oh, the Mole, yes.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Mate, you are a clown to end all clowns. Like, are you serious for a second that you, like, reshare that? Poison the well that way? Mate, not even fucking Brent Reed, Michael Chamis, fucking David Riccio, none of them are now laying the boot into the fans anymore. Everybody's over it, and you reshare that? Oh my God. Okay, as it turns out, Jared, I was sitting on some pretty serious anger, I suppose. I didn't really realize it. I thought I was all right, but it turns out I was mad as hell. So thank you for sitting here and listening to me vent like a fucking psychopath, and I'm very I apologize to Paid Nice for wearing this hat while I've lost my shit. Shout out to Paid Nice, very cool partners of mine that do like awesome payments technology and pinch payments. And I'm sorry to my employer for bringing you into disrepute. But fuck, I gotta get out of here.
On the scale of 1 to Holman Barnes Group, mate, I think you register about a 2 in terms of bringing things into disrepute. Brighton Park 10:30C is all there on Saturday. Don't forget, we need you there. See you then.
Ciao.